I think a world where Black people are thriving would look like a world where I wouldn't have to look on the news and see another, cop shot another Black youth. Like, I think all of these tragedies within the Black community wouldn't exist anymore. And this is super like, oh, we are the world, and like, it almost kind of sounds silly that I'm saying this because it almost feels like it's impossible. But I really do hope that one day there is a world where we're all equal and united and we're loving thy neighbor and peace and joy and happiness.
However, don't you think that's really hard when you're in the state where George Floyd was killed?
Yep.
And when you have so many counties and different police departments. I was at a police fair like a couple of months ago, and one of the main questions that I was asking most of the sheriffs and police officers there was, what was the effects of George Floyd on y'all police department? And the main thing they said was that it set us back decades when it comes to community positivity and engagement. So whenever a cop goes inside like a Black community or if a person of color's community, it's perceived as a threat. Yeah. Although sometimes it may not be that. However, that just shows you how, the system is so set against us in every single stage of life.
Because I see some people or some cops will go and play basketball with some people just randomly, and I don't see that happening anywhere around the Minneapolis area.
I think another thing too that I would want to see in a world where Black people are thriving is representation that's equal. So they're and I know that there's not the same amount of different demographics. Obviously there's more white people in America than there are Black people. That's just a fact. But being able to let's say there's a picture of a police department, I want to see more Black faces in.
Honestly, just POC, to be honest.
Just representation.
Yeah.
Also, I just wanted to touch on, the George Floyd situation. I was just there for it was a Vikings meetup where it was a Thanksgiving cookout where they came to cater to our Boys and Girls Club, and I went and I got to talk to a police officer, and I got their chief's coin as a collectible, and they said that starting out at their precinct, you can make upwards of $200,000. Yeah. And I thought to myself, well, I already know why, because after the George Floyd situation, there was just a huge absence of officers. So they're just looking for more. So they give incentive.
As a part-time officer, I asked them about their pay also, and they're as a part-time officer, you can make around $50,000 to $80,000 a year just being part-time alone. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and that's why the reason why they have a lot of college fairs and police fairs in the whole Brooklyn Park and just Minneapolis area is because they're seeing those effects now, how the community perceives them negatively. Mm. I want to see Black youth going into places that are meant for them and receiving resources that they can get so that they can get better. Yeah, I just want to see just that type of community.
Yeah, I would want to see more action from, Black youth obviously, but specifically everybody else. I need other people to start caring because we're caring and we're trying to tell other people, but they're either not listening to us or only listening a little bit, and I need to have a full-on panel with everybody and be these are where we're going wrong and this is how we need to help.
For me, I want to see I see it all the time where young Black men aren't really given the same opportunity as other people. This program, I only found out about it because I was looking for it, and I want it to be public to everybody. And I also want, I see some of my friends, not to call them out, but they don't really seem serious about growing up, and it's the world's coming fast and it's not going to stop for anybody. So I want to see more representation about that so that people can be more prepared for adulthood. So that just leads the cycle of it getting worse.
That's so real, and I think all of those are great things, but I think in order for that to happen, it needs to start on the inside. So I'm tired of seeing us kill each other.
Oh
yes, absolutely.
it's sad, and we can't expect other people to help us if we can't even help ourselves. So the only way that any true change is actually going to continue to happen is if, you know, we can't pit ourselves against each other. Like, all this gang shit needs to stop. Like, it's not beneficial for anyone, and it's especially not beneficial for us.
Like, during that whole popularization of like King Von, like way back in the day, and they're still talking about it, and it just made like the culture towards gang violence like, oh look guys, I'm so cool.
We're never
Oh,
gonna win this fight if we're too busy fighting each other.
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
Something I want to see is that I don't want to hold my breath every time a cop passes, you know? I also want my community to like speak on mental health, not because someone killed themselves because they had mental health, or not because someone is in a mental hospital because they have mental health. I want them to speak on mental health because it's important.